Here's good news for everyone who wishes to study in Canada, one of the top study abroad destinations. We at Kanata Educational Consultancy Services can solve all your application worries in one place. By providing you counseling services to help you get into the best schools in Canada. We will be there to assist you throughout your journey to help you reach your dream of being an international student. From the school application process to the visa procedures, expect us to be there to guide you. And to top it all, we offer all these services for free. We take pride in our mission of assisting students from all over the world in achieving their educational goals. Contact us today and let us help you get to Canada. To Canada through Kanata.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I am Martin, and I will be your host for today. So I am one of the education counselors from Kanata. We are also joined today by Miss Van, one of our education counselors. Good afternoon, Miss Van.
Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining and attending this webinar.
All right, thank you, Miss Van. And so, on behalf of the whole Kanata team, we would like to thank everyone for choosing to spend your Saturday afternoon with us. We know it's raining outside, but you still choose to do it today with us. I know this webinar will really jumpstart your plans to become an international student in Canada. I know you guys are all excited. And of course, today we are also joined by two prestigious schools in Canada. So we will be joined by Keyano College and Kwantlen Polytechnic University. So later on, you will be hearing from them. And I know you'll be excited to understand what they will be offering you and the programs that you'll be able to experience in Canada with these two schools. And also, just a reminder, everyone, we would like you to type in your information in the chat box. So everyone who's attending today, can you kindly please type in your name, your email address, and your contact number sa chat box natin. Just type in your name, your email address, and your contact number so that we can contact you next week so that we can have those we can answer also your questions. So kindly please do that. And also just a few reminders. So while someone is presenting, we are highly suggesting that you put your microphone in mute so that we can have proper and smooth presentations. Again, thank you everyone for attending. Also, we will be having sort of a Q&A later, question and answer portion. So while someone is presenting, it's highly suggested that you jot down some notes so that you can ask questions later. It's highly suggested that you ask a more generalized question so that we will be able to answer those questions. And if you have any questions, yeah, we will be contacting you so that we can answer all of those inquiries that you have. All right. So with those being mentioned, I guess we can proceed now to the presentation. So now we have here Miss Stephanie Pablo from Keyano College. Good afternoon, Miss Steph.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you so much, Kanata, for inviting me for this webinar and to our participants today. I would like to acknowledge your presence for spending your time this Saturday afternoon. So, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, Miss Steph.
All right. Thank you. And I'm so sorry I cannot turn on my camera right now, but I am very excited to present about Keyano College. Ayan. So, all right. So, right now, many Filipinos are planning to go to Canada. So, Kanata, I will be sharing with Keyano College, which is located in Alberta. So, Keyano College is a public post-secondary institution located in Fort McMurray, Alberta. Now, frequently asked questions. So, kasi most of the Filipinos, ito yung question on their mind. So, una, saan located ang ano programs na ino-offer? Nagre-required ba ng English proficiency test result? Magkano ang tuition fee and yung cost living? So, in this presentation, I will be answering all those frequently questions. Okay? All right, next slide, please. Okay. So, why you have to consider studying at Keyano College? So first, we are a public post-secondary institution. So, ibig sabihin, after you graduate, you will be eligible for the post-graduation work permit. Makakapag-work ka ng full-time. Okay? And then second, 50 Canadian dollars admission deposit. So, ibig sabihin, for 750 Canadian dollars, enrolled ka na, and Kanata will be asking you for the next. Third one, nag-offer kami ng low cost of housing. The tuition fees ranges from 13,000. Actually, yung aming mga competitive programs, 13,000 Canadian dollars to 15 to 16,000 Canadian dollars per year. Ito yung mga umaabot ng 18 to 21,000 Canadian dollars per year. So we still offer competitive tuition fees. We also accept Duolingo, but for Filipinos, we waive IELTS as long as you can provide MOI. So for this one, actually, meron kaming mga naka-waive. Meron lang tayong exemption sa nursing. Okay? And then, international preparatory. High school graduate ka, we will not decline you. We will give you different options on how to be admitted to your desired program. And then lastly, university transfer program. Next slide, please. Okay, so why you have to consider studying in Alberta? No? So una kasi in Canada, kami yung isa sa pinakamababa yung tax requirements, which is only 5%. No provincial sales tax. So kapag mas mababa ang tax, mas mababa ang cost of living. But when it comes to the minimum wage earning, isa kami sa pinakamataas, which is around 15 Canadian dollars per hour. So imagine, mababa yung tax, mababa yung cost of living, but the minimum wage is higher. So there is a gap in between. Mas mataas yung chance na makapag-earn kayo ng money, maintain or cost of living in Canada. Okay? Students, opportunities to work while studying. And if you're planning to be a permanent resident in Alberta, we have our very own Alberta Advantage Immigration Program, or AAIP. And lastly, we are home to many famous national parks. Next slide, please. Alright, so makikita nyo dito yung map ng Canada divided into different provinces. So we understand that most of the Filipinos, they want to study in Ontario, British Columbia, and usually ng mga Filipino ang Alberta. So in this map, I just wanted to kita nyo dito, we only required 5%. In Ontario, they require around 13%, British Columbia 12%, but in Alberta, we only require 5%. So the location is very international student friendly. Okay, next slide, please. Okay. All right, so yeah, this one is very updated. Kung makikita niyo, as of October this year, yung minimum wage earning per hour. So makikita natin is one of the wage earning. Okay, so it thinks some of the important factors that you have to consider when looking for studying Canada. Next slide, please. All right. Now we are located at Fort McMurray. So, okay lang ba malaman kung sino sa mga participants natin dito yung first time marinig about yung Fort McMurray na Can you type in chat box para lang makita natin kung sino dito yung first time na marinig marinig about Fort McMurray. So, ayan. Okay. Right? So, can you still hear me loud and clear po, no?
Miss Steph, somehow nagka-cut po yung line nila.
Okay. So, how about this one? Okay na? Mas naririnig niyo na ako?
Yes, much better
Much
naman.
better?
Yeah.
Okay, much better na. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, buti na lang pala, chinek ko yung, nag-chat si Sir Alan. Okay, but all good na yung aking audio. Okay, so most of you are first in Fort McMurray is located in the northern Alberta. So we can confidently say opportunities for you for your future is here. Okay, next slide, please. All right. So, makikita nyo dito yung map of Alberta. Kasi may mga nagtatanong, baka sobrang layo naman ni Fort McMurray. Mas gusto kong pumunta sa understandable because though one is also good. Ito sa map na makikita yung center part of Alberta and then 3 hours pababa driving time, that's where Calgary is located. Now, from Edmonton, 4.5 hours at taas or in the northern part, doon po located si Fort McMurray. So very accessible po si Fort McMurray. Okay, next slide please. Okay. Now, bakit ko nabanggit na accessible si Fort McMurray? It's because we have the third international airport in the whole province of Alberta. Flights from different parts of Canada, and you can even go there 4.5 hours and approximately 7 hours from Calgary. So very accessible yung location. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so Fort McMurray. So let me just give you some background about Fort Mac. So Fort McMurray is the largest community in the regional municipality. So we have community, we have a population, and the good thing about Fort McMurray, we are one of the key drivers to the Canada's economy. So imagine the economy of Canada relies to Fort McMurray. And because we are considered as the Canada's hub of petroleum production. So 6 largest oil companies in the world, they have their production sa loob ng Fort McMurray. That's the reason why pag nagtrabaho ka sa Fort McMurray, mas mataas ang wage earning. Yung pwedeng ma-apply na work. So, baka may another question, paano po kapag hindi relate yung production, yung kukunin kay, meron lang portion ng Fort McMurray na conduct yung production. We still have the community of Wood Buffalo, including Fort McMurray, na kailangan iserve. So, kailangan namin ng healthcare workers. We need IT, we need teachers, we need business managers, accountants. So all of those programs, after you graduate, you will serve the community of Fort McMurray. The climate is humid continental, so may huge difference lang between summer and winter. Demographics, 60% are Canadian, 7.2% Southeast Asian, and the good thing Fort McMurray, marami pong Filipino dito sa Fort McMurray. So, hindi kayo mahihirapan mag-adjust. Actually, even sa campus, the second po ng international student ay mga Filipino. Okay, next slide please. So, I want to share with you about Fort McMurray. Na if you're resident, we have our very own workforce immigration and support program, or WISP. Actually, the government renewal stream and labor needs and skills. So, first immigration and support program, or WISP, it's in partnership with Fort McMurray with Buffalo. Slide, please. So the good thing Keyano College, because we have we are working closely with the government. Ayan. All right. So hopefully okay na yung audio ko, no? Okay. All right. Next slide, please. So, all right. So, Keyano College is in part of economic development, and so hopefully sa iba, because Kanata will be there if you have any clarification naman. So for Keyano graduate, maghahanap lang kayo ng you have to submit documents and requirements Fort McMurray with Buffalo government, and then possible na ma-expedite ang inyong permanent residency application. Okay, next slide please. Ayan. So we host many cultural events, and also we have recreational where you and your family. So maganda yung place, may enjoy nyo, hindi kayo mabobore. Okay, next slide please. Okay, so kung mapapansin nyo, Northern Lights or Aurora Borealis, there's actually iba't ibang, pero the good thing about is sky for Fort McMurray. Ayan. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry for this, and hopefully okay pa rin yung aking audio. So next slide. Ayan. Okay. All right. So again, we host many cultural, community festivals and events. Okay. Next slide, please. Yeah. Now let's talk about Keyano College. Ayan. Okay. So I'm really sorry, pero ayan. Okay. So sobrang choppy po ba ng audio ko?
Hello, Miss Steph. Yes, medyo nagka-cut in and out po yung line nila.
Okay. But hopefully na mas okay na siya. Ayan. So, mas clear naman ngayon for everyone, but hopefully, don't worry. There naman for you kung meron kayong mga okay. So, Keyano College, ito yung ating campus. Next slide, please. Okay. So, why you have to consider studying at Keyano College? Because we are offering competitive tuition fees. And at the same time, mababa yung tuition fees natin. We have a small location sa ating mga students. We have economic with part-time job opportunities, culturally diverse community sa Fort McMurray. So it will be easier for you to adjust and maka-up sa community. International preparatory course, designated learning, or we are public PGWP after graduation.
Yes. Hello. Good afternoon. Sorry, nagkaroon lang si Miss Stephanie ng technical difficulties. But to summarize, Keyano College offers diploma and post-degree diplomas. So if you're looking for diplomas, let's say for example, hindi pa kayo tapos ng bachelor's degree nyo, you can enroll or apply in diploma programs or certificates in Keyano College. And for those students that already have a bachelor's degree, you can also apply for a post-degree diploma. Keyano College has lower tuition fees compared to other post-secondary schools in Canada. So kung ang tina-target nyo, let's say for example, Calgary province, and kung i-compare yung tuition fee, let's say for example sa Southern Alberta Institute of Technology or Northern Alberta Institute of Technology, definitely mas lower yung tuition fee in Keyano College. And also, since Keyano College is a publicly funded institution, graduates will also eligible to apply for a postgraduate work permit. So if you study a one-year program in Keyano College, you will get a one-year postgraduate work permit. And if you study a two-year program, you will get 3 years postgraduate work permit, wherein you can work full-time and also work on your permanent residency applications. Okay, Martin?
All right, thank you so much, Sir Francis, for that highlights about Keyano College. So hopefully you were able to learn something and understand more about Keyano College, knowing that it caters to many programs that you can consider. And just like what Sir Francis mentioned, yeah, they have a cheaper alternative for the tuition fees, so it's a good option that you can consider. All right. So later on, if you have questions, you can type in your question. So much better if you can do that. Message nyo lang, type nyo lang dyan yung questions nyo. If you have questions about Keyano College, and then later on, we'll be having a question and answer portion. Okay. So just for a moment, just a few technical difficulties lang on our the connection. So before we proceed with KPU or Kwantlen Polytechnic University, I know will be you're having questions and thoughts about how we can help you as your agency or as your consultancy. I know you have those questions. So now before we proceed with KPU, we'll be proceeding first with the presentation for Kanata Consultancy. So, hi, good afternoon, Miss Van.
Hi, good afternoon. Wait, let me turn on my video. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Is my audio clear? Can
Yeah, it's
everybody?
good.
Okay, that's great. Okay, let me share my screen for this one. All right. Can you all see it clearly?
Yes, Miss Van.
Okay. Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon to all of you. And on behalf of our team, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for staying. No, we're in for a good 30 minutes. So thank you for staying, and thank you also for Miss Steph and for Regine of KPU for being here with us this afternoon. All right, so I'm in charge in discussing about Kanata as a company and the services that we offer. So by the way, my name is Van again. I'm Van. I'm one of the education counselors here in Kanata. So in case you get to book a consultation, which is our link is posted sa chat box. So feel free, and we encourage everyone to book your schedule, no, for us to get to answer your specific concerns and queries regarding the application itself and the schools that you intend to apply in. Okay, so let's start. Who are we as Kanata? So our company is named Kanata Educational Consultancy Services. We got our name from the Native American word where Canada originated its name also. So it came from the word Kanata, which means village or coming together or meeting place. Okay, so we are one of the top agencies that are located in Manila, exclusively for Canada student applicants. We've been in the industry for around 5 years, so we are highly experienced when it comes to visa processing and student consultation. And we are also in direct partnership with a majority of the schools and institutions in Canada, like Keyano College and Kwantlen Polytechnic University. Okay. So what is our mission? Our mission is to help students to achieve their dream by providing our services at no extra cost. So why do we highlight no extra cost? That is because when you apply your study permit through Kanata, we are not charging processing fees. So zero processing fees po tayo. What we have, well, for transparency's sake, what we initially ask for is a security deposit. Okay, so I think it's very important that I get to discuss this. So umpisa pa lang. So we do have a security deposit of 10,500 pesos, but which you have to pay for initially. Although yung 10,500 pesos naman is consumable. So we call it consumable because you pay it initially, but once we are applying for your visa, yung visa application fee nyo and yung biometrics fee nyo, doon natin kukunin sa security deposit. Okay, so technically everything that you're gonna shell out as a study permit applicant will go directly to your application process. Okay, next, vision. Our vision is to be the first avenue of students with the common goal of pursuing your education abroad or in Canada. So what are the services that we offer? So the first one is assistance when it comes to assessment. Okay, so we provide free assessment to students prior to consultation. This is the reason why we encourage each and every one of you to schedule or book a schedule for your consultation, because that consultation is free. Okay, you just need to go to the link and type down the information that is asked from you, and then choose a perfect schedule for you, a convenient schedule for you, para you can get to ask us directly, no, if you have very specific concern. Okay, and then during that assessment, that is also the time wherein we get to assess your education and work background, which is very important for us to give recommendations when it comes to schools and programs na pwede nyong applyan, or programs, especially programs that are fit to your credentials and to your education and work background. So the next one is representation. So we represent you to the school that you choose to apply in. This is because we are the ones who would lodge the application for you. So basically, the task that you need to do is to collect the requirements and then submit it to us, and then we'll be the one to submit the application doon sa school na gusto nyong applyan. Third one is documentation. So documentation, we provide comprehensive list of requirements and guidelines. We do provide the medical instructions also, because that's part of your requirements when you apply for your visa. And the last one is assistance. So we assist you throughout your visa process, not just a visa application, but during your school application as well. So from start to end tayo, school application until the visa application, we provide you assistance. Okay. So as I've mentioned kanina, Kanata caters exclusively for students who are interested to study in Canada. Okay, so with that, let me give explanation why it's, it would be great for you to be students in Canada. So Canada is the second largest country by land area of 9.9 million square kilometers. It's divided into 4 regions. So you have yung Western Canada, you have Atlantic Canada, you have Northern Canada, and you have Central Canada. Now, majority of the schools are located in the Western and in Central, although there are some schools also that we can offer or we can help you with during the application in Atlantic and Northern. Okay. So why is it advisable now? Why should you consider Canada as your study destination? Aside from the fact that Canada is known to be one of the most educated countries in the world, when you get to finish your program in Canada or in any institution in Canada, you'll have that international accreditation because the degree that you're gonna acquire is globally accepted. Next, it's affordable. Okay, so it's affordable compared to other study destinations. So if you get to compare the tuition fee of the schools in Canada to schools, let's say in United Kingdom, United States, or even in Australia, you'd see that the tuition fee in Canada is generally of lower cost now compared to those other study destinations. Next, the society in Canada is very diverse. Okay, so they are very welcoming, not just only for international students, but for immigrants in general, for workers, immigrants who would like to stay and live in the country. So actually, when you get to stay in Canada or even in the cities, you'd notice that when you walk along the streets, you'd get to hear different languages of people talking. So it's not just English. Basically because marami ng taong na doon. Groups of nationalities are there. They get to hear those groups talking to each other, interacting with each other, which I think is very ideal, no? Especially to us who's gonna uproot everything, from the Philippines and transfer to another country, which is Canada. Next, the communities in Canada is very healthy and very safe. The medium of instruction, of course, is in English. Okay, so I think this is very beneficial, especially for us who are second language speakers. So it's a very nice venue for you to practice and get to improve your English communication skills. Okay. So in Canada also, if you have time to get to check the websites of Keyano College and Kwantlen Polytechnic University and other schools, they do have their own websites. They can get to see the photos of these schools and get to see that they do have very exciting campus environment and world-class innovative education, because it's not just a curriculum that's innovative, it's also the things that you get to, the equipment that you get to use within the school. They're all up to date. Next, I think ito ang pinaka-attractive to most of you, if not all of you, is a possible migration. Okay, so you have the chance to apply for permanent residency once you're there, if that's part of your intention of going to Canada. So there's possible migration, like in what I think it was mentioned by Steph, hindi lang masyado malinaw ang kanyang audio a while ago, but they do have immigration programs that would be helpful for you if your intention, if you really intend to apply for PR. And there, unlimited opportunities because once you're there, you get to build your network, you get to meet new people in school, new people in the workplace once you get to work. So through that, it's very important to build very good network, because through that you'd get different opportunities. Okay, so benefits of an international student. Before I get to discuss the benefits, let me discuss first the things that you should do to acquire these benefits. Okay, so the first one is that you should always be enrolled at the DLI, whether it's private or public. DLI stands for Designated Learning Institution. So Keyano and Kwantlen Polytechnic University are good examples of this one. Why is it important for you to be enrolled in a DLI? That is because you'd only be eligible to apply for a postgraduate work permit if you are enrolled at the DLI. Next, you should make progress towards completing your program. Okay, since you are there with a study permit, it is a must for you to complete the program. Because if you start in the middle of your program, they would know and they would ask you why you stopped. Okay, and that could be grounds for you to be sent home. Okay, so you really have to complete your program. Next is that you need to respect the conditions of your study permit. You should stop studying if you do not meet the requirements and leave Canada when your permit expires, unless you are again eligible to apply for another permit, which will allow you to stay for a longer period. Okay. Benefits. The first one is that you can work while you study. Okay, so habang nag-aaral kayo, while your classes are ongoing, you are allowed to work. Okay, what types of jobs? You can work on campus, like SAs. You are not required to have your work permit. As long as you're a full-time student, you are permitted to work on campus. You only need to have your valid student permit. You can also work off campus. Again, you're not required to have a work permit for you to be able to work off campus, but it is a must that you have started studying, you have started your classes, and that you are enrolled in a program, okay, for you to be able to work off campus. And you can work through co-op. So ano ba yung co-op? Co-op is it is incorporated with specific programs. Okay, it's not for all programs. There are specific programs we're offering or incorporating co-op. So co-op is just like OJT. So it's internship, and most of the time it's paid. Okay, that's why I think there are students who would really want to get the program would ask us directly, like, Miss, can you look for a program that has co-op? Kasi nga, it's a good opportunity because you're studying and you're doing your internship at the same time you're earning. You'd be able to earn through that. Okay. So this is part of your study limitations now. This is part of the limitations in your study permit. You are only allowed to work for 20 hours per week during school semester. So habang ongoing yung classes, you are only allowed to work again for 20 hours per week. You are allowed to work for longer hours, like during semester breaks or holiday breaks. You can work for 40 hours or longer, but only if it's during your break. Next, another benefit is that you can stay in Canada after your program. So after you finish your program, after you graduate, you can stay, you can extend your stay through your postgraduate work permit. Okay, so when are you eligible to apply for a postgraduate work permit? If your program is less than 8 months, you are not eligible for PGWP. So it's only eligible if your program is a 1-year program or more. Okay, so if the program is less than 2 years, so if it's a 1-year program or a 3-semester program, the ratio of the duration of your program to the duration of your PGWP is 1:1. So if it's a 1-year program, it's a 1-year PGWP. If it's a 1.5-year program, then 1.5-year lang din yung postgraduate work permit niya. However, if you are applying or if you are under a 2-year program, your postgraduate work permit can be stretched up to 3 years. Okay, this is basically why a lot of our applicants really go for the 2-year programs para mas mahaba yung postgraduate work permit ninyo. Okay. Another benefit is that you can bring your dependents with you. So who are considered your dependents? The first one is your spouse. So if you're married, you can bring your husband or your wife with you. If you're not yet married, you can bring your common law partner with you. And then you can also bring your children. So probably you're wondering, Miss, can I bring my parents or yung sister ko, or yung brother ko? Unfortunately, hindi considered dependent ang parents and siblings. So it's really just a spouse or common law partner, or to hindi end. Okay, so it's spouse or common law partner and children. Yun lang ang considered dependents. Next, documents. So these are just some of the documents that you need to prepare for your school application and for your visa application. So the first one is that you should have your valid passport. Okay, it's very important that your passport is not yet expired. So you may mga expired ng passport sa inyo. I suggest magpa-schedule na to have it renewed. Your birth certificate also should be submitted. Your academic transcripts and diploma are needed, especially for your school application. Okay, and most of the schools would require your high school documents. So if you don't have them anymore, please have the time to request for those documents. Certificate of employment would be required as well, your IDs, your resume. We highly encourage you to submit those. And then your IELTS results. So IELTS results, we're glad to say that majority of the schools are not requiring for you to submit IELTS results anymore. However, there are some schools that would still require English proficiency tests. But aside from IELTS, they are accepting yung Duolingo. So I'm not sure if it was mentioned a while ago by Steph. But Duolingo is a type of English proficiency test that you can take online. So Duolingo is unang-una cheaper compared to IELTS. And it's easier compared to IELTS. So instead of taking the IELTS, you can take the Duolingo instead. Okay, this is a quick overview of the process involved now. If you're really if you really intend to apply for a study permit to Canada. So the first one is to consult with a counselor, and you do that by booking your consultation through the link in our chat box. Nakailang mong pag-promote na ako, So dapat by now, may mga nakabook na na schedule, no? Because this is very important, and I think this is very helpful for you, because during the consultation period, which is free, by the way, if you're worrying, no, na kung kasi baka may bayad or whatever. So it's free. Consultation is free. You just need to book your schedule. So again, it's very important because that's the time wherein we get to assess the credentials that you have, your education and work background, para we can properly give you program recommendations in school. And we can also address your questions. Like if you do have specific questions, we can have those addressed during the consultation period. Okay. After that, we'll be sending you an email for the recommendation. So we'll be sending you our form also. Okay. And then once you are decided to apply through Kanata, you just need to fill out that form. You send it back to us, whoever your counselor is, send it back to us. And then we can have, we can start with the school application by then. You just have to settle your security deposit. Once it's that settled, we can proceed to your school application. Siguro by that time, naka-decide na kayo which school to apply in. So through there, we'll help you with we'll give you the requirements, specific requirements of the schools. And then from there, we'll be the one to submit your application, okay, on your behalf. So you just need to gather and submit the required documents nung school. Again, you don't have to submit your physical documents. We don't need the hard copies. We just need you to scan your original documents. Okay, so it's really feasible, even if you don't get to go to our office. Like let's say you're located in Davao or Cagayan de Oro, pwede pa rin mag-apply, and we can still help you because majority of the transactions are done through phone calls and email. Okay, but of course, if you do want to visit us in our office, walang problema. Okay, you're free. You're very welcome to visit us in our office. Pero yun nga, that would be a hassle for you. So pwede naman isubmit through email all the documents that are required. So after you gather and submit the required documents, we'll help you apply to a designated learning institution. After that, after we get to submit your application, that's the time wherein we have to wait for your letter of acceptance. Okay, that is the LOA. So if you get to see that online, medyo madaming jargon, so especially if you're like part of a study pathway groups on Facebook. Okay, so we get to see a lot of jargons and abbreviations. So for sure, you get to see LOA. LOA stands for letter of acceptance. So when you receive your letter of acceptance, that means you have a slot in the specific program that you've applied in. Okay, but before you get that letter of acceptance, of course, the school needs to assess the documents that you've submitted first. Usually it takes, in average, it takes 4 to 6 weeks. Although there are schools that can issue LOA quite faster than that. Some can take days, like 5 days. Meron ka ng LOA. Although there are schools that can issue a bit longer than that. Sometimes it takes 8 weeks, but in average, it really takes 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, so after you get your LOA, okay. So once you get your LOA, as mentioned kanina, may slot ka na dun sa program. The next step that you need to do is to reserve that slot, and you do that by paying your tuition fee. Now, when it comes to paying for your tuition fee, the transaction itself will be done directly by the student to the school. So that doesn't necessarily have to go through us. Okay, since it's gonna be a big amount of money. So it's better if the transaction is from the student to the school. So after you pay your tuition fee, your slot will be reserved. Once your slot is reserved, we can proceed to your visa application. Okay, so in your visa application, you are required to get a medical test. We will email you medical instructions. We'll give you a link so you can check the accredited clinics and hospitals, which is para dun kayo mamili kung alin yung convenient for you napuntahan. Okay. We'll also give you the visa requirements checklist. Okay. So once you receive that, you need to complete all your visa requirements. Once they're completed, we'll submit the visa application for you. Okay. I think that is very helpful because will help you not just only to collate the documents or compress the documents, but will help you in double checking everything. Okay. To minimize, or actually not just minimize, it's to avoid the errors when it comes to visa application. Visa application, you have two types of application. You have your regular stream and study direct stream. Now, we are very nice enough to put it in a table or it's easier to understand and you can easily see the difference between regular stream and study direct stream. When you apply through regular stream, you are advised to pay at least a first semester tuition fee. If you go for SDS or study direct stream, you are required to pay your 1-year tuition fee. Okay, but in regular stream, you should have your proof of financial capacity. And you do that by providing bank statement. So what should be in the POF? So I think the term that is frequently used is show money. Okay, so what should be in that show money? So it should have your 1-year tuition fee and your 1-year living cost of 10,000 Canadian dollars, because that is your estimated cost of living for a year in Canada. Now, if you're not going for a regular stream, if you go for study direct stream, you are required to purchase the GIC, or the Guaranteed Investment Certificate, of 10,000 Canadian dollars. Okay. If you go for regular stream, IELTS is not required. Study direct stream, you are required, okay, to have your IELTS. So even if the school is not requiring, if you apply through SDS, you should have your IELTS result. So the score should not be lower than 6 across all bands. Next, at a very similar nano. So if you apply through whether regular stream or study direct stream, you should definitely have your letter of acceptance from the school. You should have your study plan or the statement of purpose. Statement of purpose is very crucial. So statement of purpose is a letter addressed to the visa officer. So since you're not going to undergo interview for your visa application, so all your explanation should be in your statement of purpose. Okay. Sino magsusulat ng statement of purpose nyo? Hindi kami. Hindi kami ang magsusulat for you, but we can help you because we're going to provide guide questions and even the outline if you need it. You can just ask for it sa amin, and then we can provide that to you. Now, after writing the draft, you're gonna submit that to us. And then we can have that. We're not gonna revise it actually, but we can help you with the revisions through edit suggestion. Okay? So hanggat hindi pa polished ang yung SOP, i-revise natin ang i-revise. Wala naman siyang limit. Okay? And the last one is a proof of identity. So proof of identity, my IDs, certificate of employment, things like that. So these other requirements will be included in the visa checklist that we will give to you after you settle your tuition fees. Okay. Ito na yung summary. So almost done. So by now, before you start the application, we highly suggest that you do have your passport. You do have your resume, academic transcript. Okay. And then, but before these pala, book your consultation muna. Okay. So make sure that you book your consultation with us so that we can send you an email for the recommendations, because that's very crucial to be able to start with your application. Okay. So again, it's free assessment, free consultation, unlimited consultation, and free assistance from school application to your visa application. There. If you wish to visit us, our office is located in Salustiano DT Tower, that is along Paseo de Rojas in Makati. Okay, you can also follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. We do have our SNS account there. If you have the time, please take time to watch Catherine's vlogs on YouTube. Okay, that marks the end of my presentation. We can now proceed to our next presenter, which is Ms. Regine from Kwantlen Polytechnic University. So afterwards, we're going to have an open forum. So if you have questions, please type down your questions sa chat box para we can answer it later during the open forum. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, Miss Van, for that presentation. I hope you are able to familiarize yourselves with Kanata. And now we'll be moving to another school. So we have here Miss Regine Molina from KPU. Hello, Miss Regine.
Hi, Martin. Thank you for organizing this webinar, and to all our participants today, thank you so much for joining us on a Saturday afternoon. I'll be sharing my screen, and I'll be sharing some of the most popular programs about KP as well. So I'll try to make this presentation quick and brief since info overload natin tayo for today. But again, if you have any questions regarding studying at KP, please do book a consultation with the Kanata team, or you may visit their office in Makati. Okay. So before we proceed with the programs, let me share with you some facts for the university size. We are the third largest university in Metro Vancouver. We are also the only polytechnic university in Canada. So that means we highly focus on hands-on learning and practical experience. So as you know, in Canada, yung employers, they're not just looking after academic background, but more so for your practical skills. So that's something that KP is focusing on for our students. We welcome more than 20,000 students every year. That includes domestic and international. Then as for our programs, we have over 140 unique programs that you can choose from. Another important fact is we are a designated learning institution and we are an accredited public university. So we are government funded and all our programs offered to international students are eligible for post-graduation work permit. Okay. So if you are looking for an affordable public university in Metro Vancouver, for Metro Vancouver area, it is specifically located in the province of British Columbia, which is one of the provinces with the lowest unemployment rate. And of course, it is safe, multicultural, and has a laid-back lifestyle. And one of the best selling points of Metro Vancouver is its climate. So compared po sa ibang provinces and cities in Canada, very mild lang yung climate natin in Metro Vancouver. So napakaraming Filipinos din dito sa Metro Vancouver, and one deciding factor then would be the weather talaga. Kasi like right now, in other parts of Canada, it's already snowing. In Metro Vancouver, it's not yet. And of course, nag-snow pa rin naman sa Vancouver during winter time. But saglit lang siya. Hindi siya nagtatagal compared to other cities and provinces. Okay. So again, we are the third largest university in Metro Vancouver. We do have 5 campuses, and just a reminder that we are not located in downtown Vancouver, so that makes our living cost cheaper compared to living in downtown. And as you can see here, again, we do have 5 campuses. We have 1 in Richmond, we have 3 in Surrey, and then we have 1 in Langley. So yung KPU Richmond, it's for undergraduate business, design, and some health-related programs. for graduate programs. So napakarami Filipino students dito sa KPU Civic Plaza. And then we have KPU Surrey. It's our main campus, but for undergraduate business arts and science programs. For KPU Tech, it's for domestic students. And then lastly, for KPU Langley, it's for our horticulture programs and brewing programs. So I would like to share with you that if you get admitted to KPU, kasama na sa tuition fee nyo yung transportation card. So that would be unlimited rides for SkyTrain, bus, and sea buses. And just an important note that you cannot choose your own campus. It depends on the program and the courses that you will be enrolling. Okay. So let's proceed with the programs at KPU. We cannot discuss all of them, but again, if you have a specific program in mind, please do book a consultation with Kanata. But I'll be sharing some slides about our programs. Ito yung Faculty of Arts at KPU. All of these programs are undergraduate level. So when we say undergraduate at KPU, it's bachelor's, associate's degree, diploma, or certificate. And then we have new programs at KPU, which are the entertainment arts programs. And these programs are very in demand right now, especially in Vancouver City, since Vancouver is Hollywood North. So we offer diplomas and certificate programs, and right now we are offering entrance scholarships ranging between 12,000 to 16,000 Canadian dollars. So malaki yung scholarship namin for this specific programs. And for School of Business, this faculty is very popular for Filipino students. Yung nakikita nyo right now on your screen is a mix of undergraduate and postgraduate level. If you are into fashion design naman, we also have design programs at KPU, but these programs are only open every September or fall intake. Okay. For the Faculty of Health, very limited lang yung namin right now. It's only diploma in put on hold ang healthcare assistant certificate and psychiatric nursing, as we are still waiting for the go signal from the province of British Columbia, yung government of British Columbia. So right now we don't have yet control on that, but we'll let you know once we open it again for international students. And then we also have Faculty of Science and Horticulture. Some of the diploma, so it's for crafting beer. As you know, Canadians so this program is very profitable for we have agriculture programs and horticulture programs. The last faculty is trades and technology. Right now, we are only offering one, which is mechatronics and advanced manufacturing technology program. Okay. So for the class size, we only allow max of 35, usually 25 students lang in a classroom. So that supports engaging and collaborative environment. Okay. And here are our credentials at KPU. So yung first four credentials is undergraduate level, that's certificate, diploma, associates, and bachelor's. Then for the postgraduate level, we have post-baccalaureate and graduate diploma programs. Okay, so I know most of you, maybe you're looking for postgraduate programs. We do have two-level graduate diploma programs. So in terms of leveling, mas mataas lang konti yung graduate diploma compared to the post-baccalaureate. Since our graduate diploma is almost the same level of a master's degree. But if you want to like to be a CPA or CPHR in Canada, you may want to consider taking the post-baccalaureate diploma programs. And just like what I've said earlier, we are one of the most affordable universities in Metro Vancouver. Like, for example, operations and supply chain management and technical management and services. The tuition fee for 2 years is just 25,000 to 26,000 Canadian dollars. Yes, for 2 years na po yun. So that's very affordable for a public university situated in Metro Vancouver area. Same with the graduate diploma programs, the global business and green business. It's between 27,000 to 28,000 Canadian dollars for 2 years. It's almost the same level of a master's degree, and that's very affordable. If you want to still pursue masters after finishing your graduate diploma at KPU, you may just take 5 additional courses online from SUMAS, Sustainability Management School in Switzerland, and you will obtain a master's degree. So itong nasa middle part, yung nasa baba, yun yung mga master's degrees na pwede nyo ma-obtain after finishing 5 additional courses online. In terms of cost, our minimum tuition fee for 1 year is 15,000 Canadian dollars. That's for a minimum course load of 9 credits per semester. So if you take 9 credits per semester, 9 hours per week lang yung class nyo. So you really still have time to do part-time work of max 20 hours per week. You also have flexibility to choose your own schedule. For the living cost, it depends on the lifestyle of the student and whether they are living with a relative. But the estimated living cost for 1 year is roughly 50,600. Okay. Scholarships and awards. I would like to share with you yung regional entrance scholarship namin na nasa baba. As you can see, that's up to 5,000 Canadian dollars. Based on our experience, majority. So it's a great opportunity also for you to apply for once you have international tuition award for Filipino students, which is almost automatic for everyone. For as long as you accomplish the form that the admissions will be sending to you right before the start of classes. So yung international tuition award naman, it depends on the duration of the program. So if your program is 4 years, that's 4,000 Canadian dollars. Kapag 2-year program, 2,000 CAD. Then 1 year is 1,000 CAD. Pwede nyo pagsamasamahin, pag-combine lahat ng scholarships. So that's the good thing about KPU, mababa na yung tuition fee, and we still have a lot of scholarships that you can apply for. For the application timeline, right now we are accepting applications for summer, May 2024, and fall, September 2024. So if you are interested to apply, please submit your applications as early as possible kasi nagkakaubusan po tayo ng seats, most especially for the postgraduate programs. Here are some of our Filipino students who have graduated from KPU. There are a lot of students who have graduated already, but these are the most recent ones. Right now, they're already working in Canada, and yung maganda dito is kung ano yung natapos nila at KPU, yun din yung work nila. Because we want na, since we are a Polytechnic University, we want na related yung work nila sa natapos nila at KPU. So basically, that's it for KPU. Again, if you have other questions or if you need advice or program matching, please reach out to Kanata and they will be very happy to assist you. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening.
Thank you so much, Ms. Regine, for that presentation. I hope you are able to finalize and learn more about KPU as your potential future school in Canada. So thank you so much, Ms. Regine, for that presentation. So now at this point, I know you still have some questions in mind that you would like to ask us. So at this point, if you have any questions, feel free to just type it in dun sa chat box natin so that we can answer those questions. And then also, we highly suggest that you book a consultation with us. This is very helpful and important part of the application process, just like what Miss Van mentioned earlier. This way, we can also help you to look for the best program that is suited for your background. So that is one important factor. And take advantage of it since it's free. And yun, unlimited naman yung mga inquiries that you have. It's for free with us. All right, so now we'll be proceeding to answer your questions. So type in nyo lang yung mga questions nyo dyan para at least we can answer them. There is one question here regarding someone is asking kanina regarding to sa Keyano College, if I'm not mistaken. The question is, maari na po bang mag-apply dito ang graduating pa lang ng grade 12? Yeah, the good thing here with Keyano College is yes, you can proceed with the application as even though you're still graduating. So if you can prepare any documents, school documents na meron na kayo as of the moment, we can use that as a substitute or alternative before we wait for the your credentials. So yeah, you can proceed naman with the application. And yun, at least you have us to help you and assist you with the entire process. So we will be making sure that we will be assisting you naman in the entire process.
That's right. Thank you, Martin. Also, for those who are graduating pa lang for sa grade 12 or for those who are graduating, let's say, sa bachelor's ninyo and you want to apply for the schools, there are schools that do accept, like Keyano. You just need to submit your certificate of graduation. I think the schools can provide that. So prove that you're gonna graduate, and then probably you can request for your unofficial transcript because they can provide that too. Okay.
Yes, tama yan.
Next question. So we have another question. This one is for Keyano also. They're asking if there are agricultural programs in Keyano. Keyano, and saan po ito in Canada? Keyano is in Fort McMurray in Canada, and I think they do not have programs for agriculture. There are in some other schools, but not in Keyano College, unfortunately.
Yes, so let's say for example, you want like for example yung agriculture, business agriculture. There are schools in Ontario that offers that kind of program, and some of those schools they also offer yung Waived IELTS. So wag kayong problema if natatakot kayo to take the IELTS. You just need to present lang yung medium of instruction from your high school and college. And pero kung target nyo talaga, let's say Alberta or Keyano College, there are general programs like business diploma na madali rin naman i-explain during visa application.
Okay. Oh, it's I think I have to mention also that it's very important that your background is aligned to the program that you're gonna apply in. That's why we keep on reiterating na you book a consultation para we can give you the programs that are fit to your background. Kasi
Yes.
important yun, not just in your school application, but it's very important when it comes to your visa application.
Okay. Again, you can type in your questions chat box. And I also received a question, how long is the school application process? So again, it really depends dun sa school kung saan kayo mag-a-apply. For Keyano College, it averages from 4 to 8 weeks from the time na nag-submit kayo ng complete documents. So hindi talaga mapaprocess yung application no, if merong missing documents. So make sure na as early as now, kahit hindi pa kayo fully decided na mag-apply in Canada, just collect your high school documents, so Form 137, diploma and medium of instruction, and also your college documents para in case na, makapag-decide kayo which school and which program yung a-applyan nyo, ready na siya for the application. And for Kwantlen Polytechnic University naman, medyo mabilis sila. Yung iba umaabot lang ng less than a month, lumalabas na yung letter offer. So in Canadian schools, hindi nyo automatic makukuha yung letter of acceptance. Ang una nyo makukuha is yung letter offer, which a document na proof na accepted na kayo sa program. But to get the letter of acceptance that you will use for the visa application, you need to pay for the tuition fee deposit some schools 1 semester. But for Keyano College, it only amounting to 750 Canadian dollars. So yes, marireceive nyo na yung LOA nyo and we can proceed to visa application. And for Kwantlen Polytechnic University naman, it's 5,000 Canadian dollars. Okay. Any more
Thank you so
questions?
much. And thank you so much for that clarification, Sir Francis. Yun, we also have here another question. Ito regarding sa age limit. Is there an age limit in Canada for the application? So the good thing here, guys, yeah, they are very open. So they are not that considerate that much of regarding naman sa age ninyo. So we can still help you in the application. So regardless of your age, yeah, you can just book a consultation with us so that we can assist you with the process.
That's
Okay.
correct. In Canada, I'm
Yes.
sorry, hi, friends.
Yes, sige, Batman, sige.
I was
Sorry.
about to mention lang that in Canada, there's no discrimination whether you're applying for schools or even sa jobs, no? So they wouldn't ask how old you are. They would just accept. Okay, so you don't need to be hesitant if the only thing you're hesitating about is your age. So yun nga, gusto namin kayo i-encourage. I think we had students na ng mga 50 plus na. I mean, 50 plus years
Yes.
old na napadala na nag-aaral and currently nasa Canada na with their family. So yun, don't be
Yes.
discouraged when it comes to age.
I think Van, may questions, chat box.
I saw one question. I think this one is pertaining to KPU. So is the cost of living here high or low? So KPU, this was mentioned by Regine kanina. So KPU is in British Columbia, but it's not in the downtown area of Vancouver. So it is in Surrey. So it's generally the cost of living there is a bit lower compared to the cost of living if you live like in downtown Vancouver. So the cost of
All
living there, like the rent, the transportation itself, it's lower.
Okay. So Ian asks sa chat box, can I apply as early as now? And meron po bang mga IT-related programs in Edmonton? So yes, currently open na yung school application sa mga Canadian schools for May 2024 intake and September 2024 intake. So intake, again, yun yung start of the class. So kung ang target natin is for May, kailangan mag-start ng application ngayon. But for September, yes, kailangan na rin mag-start ng application because nagkakaubusan na rin ng seats, especially for top programs ng mga schools. And for IT programs located in Edmonton, we can discuss this during one-on-one consultation. So make sure to book a consultation with our education counselors. But today kasi nakafocus tayo for KPU and Keyano College. But if ang target nyo is Alberta and British Columbia, definitely meron mga IT-related programs like computer programming, software engineering, and also cybersecurity program sa mga partner schools namin in Canada. Pardon?
All right, thank you so much, Sir Francis. We also have here another question. So this is directly for KPU. How much daw yung tuition? So I believe this was mentioned by Miss Regine earlier. So their tuition fee ranges from around 15,000 to 22,000 Canadian dollars, depending on the credit that you're taking for that semester. So 15,000, I believe, is for a 9 credit. So yun, as mentioned by her, yung 9 credits is usually 9 hours per week. So what you can do is at least prepare the range from 15 to 22,000 Canadian dollars for the tuition fee in KPU.
Yes. So even though sabi niyo parang mababa yung 9 units per semester, but in Canada, as long as ang units nyo per semester is 9, considered kayo as a full-time student, meaning na-meet yung conditions ng inyong student permit, and also pwede kayo mag-apply ng work habang nag-aaral kayo. So in KPU, may mga programs na medyo mababa yung units per semester, like yung mga Global Business Management and other post-degree certificates program in KPU.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Francis. So far,
Okay,
I don't see any questions anymore. So I think I'd like to take this opportunity lang to highlight, no, if you're, yun nga, if you are now somehow, no, since you were able to hear the presentations of two schools and my presentation about Kanata. So if you are really interested to apply and to be a study permit applicant, no, in Canada, please book your consultation, no? Kasi again, if you apply through us, there are schools that will waive the application fee, and at the same time, wala kaming processing fee. Okay, so zero processing fee. What you have to settle for is just a security deposit of 10,500 pesos, which is again consumable because it will be used as your visa application fee and biometrics fee eventually.
Okay, Van, before tayo mag-end,
Yeah.
merong final question akong na-receive, and
Okay.
the applicant is asking if pwede ba mag-enroll ng program na hindi related dun sa bachelor's degree na natapos nila? Like for example, shift ng career. So in Canada, as long as the program you're taking or applying to is related sa sa education background nyo, or pwede rin naman on your work experiences. So we have applicants before na ang natapos nila, let's say for example, business program, but they end up working sa pagiging teacher. They were able to enroll in a early childhood education program. So definitely, pwedeng mag-enroll ng program na hindi related sa bachelor's degree as long as ma-explain nyo yung career progression and education progression na mangyayari na after your education in Canada, magpa-progress yung career nyo in the Philippines. So mostly ganyan yung explanation. Don't worry, we will help you sa pag-create ng study plan nyo, dun sa mga requirements na kailangan submit on visa application. So that's part of the services na binibigay ni Kanata. All right? Martin and Van?
All right. Thank you so much, Sir Francis. I hope you were able to get something from the presentations of all the schools that presented today, as well as our presentation. I know that this info session will really jumpstart your application in Canada. And I know you guys are also pretty much excited. And we just want to let you know and remind you that in Kanata, we will be assisting you starting from the school application down to the visa application. And just like what Miss Van mentioned earlier, so everything is for free, right? As long as you are a student with us who will be applying, so it will be for free. And then, of course, the consultations, if we will be helping you out in revising your SOP, just like what Sir Francis mentioned. So I hope that somehow you'll be looking forward and be interested and be excited to continue your application already. So again, I would like to highlight that you can book a consultation for us for free. Just click on that link. And again, thank you guys for joining us today and choosing to spend your Saturday afternoon with us. Thank you again, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Yes.